Okay, we are live.
Hi, everyone. I'm Satvika, one of your hosted committee chairs, and I'm so excited for tonight's guest speaker event. We're thrilled to welcome a guest speaker who's sharing her experience in Georgia HOSA and in the healthcare field overall. And before we begin, this is just a quick reminder that there will be a QR code at the very end of the session for attendance. So please make sure you stay till the end to receive the credit.
And I'm Krish, also a committee chair. We're excited to learn from our guest speaker tonight about her journey and experiences in health and wellness.
Hi everyone, I'm Saprita, a member of Sophomore Council, and I'll also be helping host tonight's session. We're really excited to hear about your HOSA experiences and how you're making a difference.
Tonight's guest speaker is Shrika Yelagapalli, our Region 3 representative in Georgia HOSA. On behalf of Alliance Academy HOSA, we're honored to have you here and excited to learn more about your journey and experiences. Without further ado, I'll let Shrika take the spotlight.
Hey Alliance HOSA, first off, thank you all so much for having me today. I've been really looking forward to meeting you, and I'm so excited to be here with y'all. All right, I am ready whenever y'all are ready.
One second. Okay, here we go. Okay, can you guys see it now?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, perfect. Once again, thank you all so much for having me today. I've been really looking forward to meeting with Alliance HOSA. So just a little bit about me. My name is Shriga Yelgapalli, and I'm serving as the Georgia HOSA Region 3 representative. I'm currently a senior at West Forsyth High School. I am chronically obsessed with my Digicam. Like, I quite literally bring it everywhere with me. So if you ever see me out and about, you wouldn't be surprised to see me have my Digicam on hand with me. I'm also obsessed with Taco Bell. I am always at Taco Bell. I'm always at Taco Bell, especially the one on Bethel. So don't be surprised to see me there at any time. And something I've been doing for a really, really long time that I'm really passionate about is singing. I'm saying a different variety of music styles, and it's something that I've always loved to do and grow with. But thank you all so much for having me, and I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you for being here.
So, what is HOSA? I'm sure all of you already have a really, really great handle on this, but I'm a firm believer that it is always important to go back and reflect on what it is that we already know. So, HOSA is a student led organization dedicated to future health professionals just like you and me. One of the great things about HOSA is that we connect from both schools all the way to the workforce. It's a direct pipeline to the workforce. So you can build so many connections and learn so many skills to be the successful future health professionals that you aspire to be. Currently, Georgia HOSA is the second largest delegation in the world with over 22,000 members all across the state. There are over 260,000 members all across the world, and there are over 50 chartered associations internationally. It has been an absolute pleasure serving all of you all this year. As my term comes to a close, I just want to say thank you so much for continuing to be so dedicated and loving in every step that you take. I've loved seeing all of your successes, and I can't wait to see what else Alliance HOSA does in the future. So, on behalf of Team 25, thank you so much for everything. All right, we've already had so many conferences this year. Oh, all right, region resources. Now, it is always important to make sure that you're going out and about, really getting involved. All right, conferences. We've already had so many conferences this year. Whoops. Um, let's see. All right, region resources. It's always really, really important to make sure that you're staying involved in your community, whether that be through volunteering or fundraising. So, if you're ever looking for any ideas on how exactly you can do that, the region resources is one of the best documents for you to do this. There are a plethora of opportunities available to you, whether that be from healthcare related or just doing service within your community. So, make sure you go check it out. And if you're always looking for other opportunities, you can always stick your head into other regions as well to see what they have to offer. Conferences. We have had so many conferences this year so far, and all of them have been an absolute blast. So, to officially conclude this HOSA year, we are so excited for the International Leadership Conference, which will be held in Indianapolis, Indiana this year. I know some of y'all have placers and qualifiers for ILC, which is absolutely amazing. So, congratulations to anyone and everyone who qualified. And we can't wait to see what you do on the international stage. All right, fundraising. Fundraising is so important. And there are 4 steps that me and some of the other reps came up with that we think are essential to planning a successful fundraiser. First off, you've got to identify the need for the fundraiser. What are you raising money for? Whether it be to cut down costs for SLC or just saving money just so you have some in your bank for the future, make sure that you identify. Next, you're going to want to build your fundraiser. Make sure that you're planning the fundraiser that works best for your community, whether that be a drive or that be maybe a bake sale. But figure out what works best for you. Then you're going to want to build that so that it's as successful as it can be. Make sure that you're working with your teammates and your team and your chapter as well as your community. And then at the end, after all is done, make sure that you're going back to reflect so that you're ensuring that you've looked back on what was successful and what you can do to improve on in the future. Collaboration. I am a fierce believer in collaboration. I think collaboration is so important because you're going to have to collaborate now within school, but you're also going to have to collaborate in the future as you go into your future careers as well. So, something that you can do within HOSA is making sure that you're collaborating with chapters near you. You can do this, you can plan events, and you can really get the opportunity to network, which I think is such a great thing that you can get out of HOSA. Some chapters near you are West Forsyth HOSA, Forsyth Central HOSA, Lambert HOSA, Hendricks HOSA, and Piney Grove HOSA. So make sure that you're getting in touch with them. And one really great thing about Region 3 is that because we're so geographically small, there are a lot more chapters than the ones I just listed that are close to you. So make sure that you're reaching out and getting involved. All right. If you're looking for more information about conferences or what you can do to make sure that your chapter is running the best it can be, make sure to check out the Chapter Management Guide. This is a resource available to you on the Georgia HOSA website that has all the information that you'll need in your toolbox for the year. One of my favorite things to use out of the Chapter Management Guide is the Conference Guide, which has all the information about every conference that I'll need, including dates, deadlines, and requirements. So make sure to check out the Chapter Management Guide for more information. All right, the Elite Chapter Program. I already know Alliance HOSA is very well versed with the Elite Chapter Program as you are a 2-year Gold Elite Chapter, which is absolutely amazing. And the Elite Chapter Program is something that I would very much keep in touch with throughout the year. And I always love seeing how you guys are getting involved, so definitely keep up the good work. All right, the e-magazine. The e-magazine is something that our very own VP of Innovation works so hard on, and it's definitely a great way for you to get in touch with Georgia HOSA throughout the year. Some of your state officers, as well as chapters all across Georgia, contribute to the e-magazine. So make sure you go in to check out what information that there is available to you. All right, stay connected. Staying connected is so important. And one of my favorite ways to do this is through our Georgia HOSA Discord. Through the Georgia HOSA Discord, you can connect with not only your state officers, but members all across Georgia as well as Region 3. I always love sending out little messages and updates in there. So make sure that you join the Georgia HOSA Discord to stay connected with us. Guys, I am a chronic doom scroller. I know it's kind of a bad habit, but I really can't keep away the temptation of going on my phone and just scrolling on Instagram. But while I do love doom scrolling, I also love getting my Georgia HOSA updates at the same time. So, genius idea. Go if you follow the Georgia HOSA Instagram, you can get your Georgia HOSA updates while also scrolling on Instagram, which I think is low-key a win-win. So if you're not already following Georgia HOSA, make sure you go ahead and do that. I also really love to doom scroll on TikTok. So if you do have TikTok, I highly recommend following us on TikTok as well because we love posting little fun TikToks and stories about what we're doing. All right, some final takeaways. It's always important to go back and reflect. So, as we go out through it, as we finish out this year strong, just some things to remember with you. What is one thing that you learned about the conferences coming up this year? So, whether that be ILC or anything else that may happen for the next year, what is something that you can take away from this year to improve on? What is one thing that you plan on doing to make yourself the best HOSA member you can be? Whether that be connecting or learning a new skill, what can you do? And as always, if you have any questions, concerns, thoughts, or ideas, you can always feel free to reach out to me either through my email or on Instagram. Thank you so much for having me today, Alliance HOSA. It's always been a blast to see you out at conferences, and I'm so glad I've had this opportunity to talk with you. As always, feel free to reach out to me at my email, regionrep.3@georgiahosa.org, or my Instagram, at shrika.gahosa. Thank you all so much for having me today.
Thank you for this outstanding presentation, Shrika. If you don't mind, for the next 10 minutes, we're gonna ask a few questions about your experience and hopefully learn a little bit more about your experience and what you do in HOSA.
Yes, of course, I'm more than happy.
So, what's one experience in HOSA that significantly changed your perspective on healthcare or leadership?
I think for me, it was definitely my first state leadership conference when I was a freshman. I remember it was my very first HOSA conference, so I walked in looking forward to what I would find, but also a little nervous because it was really a big space for me and it was my first time. But I did get so much out of that conference. I got to meet so many new people. I've got to meet healthcare professionals that I still keep in touch with to this day. I got the opportunity to shadow, and I also learned about a career that I'm really interested in the future as well. So I think attending conferences is such a great way for you to build connections, which I think is so important. And it's one of the best things that you can get out of HOSA, whether it be attending a workshop or running into a health professional, maybe meeting members from other schools. There's so many opportunities to learn and gain so many other opportunities to go out and venture into the world.
What has been the most challenging part of your journey and how did you overcome it?
The most challenging part. That's a great question, actually. I might have to think about that for a second. I think for me, the most challenging part has probably been maybe balancing. I think sometimes it's hard to balance because I'm someone who likes to be very involved in everything I do. I like to sing. I'm part of my school's choral program. I also like to go out and volunteer. I also do dance as well. And one of the things I am so passionate about is obviously HOSA. So one of the things that I've learned over the years, I think I've really improved on this over the years as well, is that balance is so important. And whatever you do, you always want to make sure that you have a good balance of everything so you never feel overwhelmed or stressed. And it is a little bit harder than it is to say, but it's definitely something that I think is really important to work on over the years. And one of the ways that I found I've been able to use this is by using Google Calendar, which I think is an absolute favorite of mine. I'm always on it on my phone, or just using an agenda or any other way to keep you balanced and organized so that you're not missing out on anything.
That's great advice. For students who want to stand out in HOSA, what are specific actions or habits that you would recommend?
Well, for one, I would say connecting. One of the best things that you can do, and I am a firm advocate of this, is just connecting with people, going out and talking to people, just networking, whether it be at conferences, within your chapter, even out in the wild. If you spot someone that's in HOSA, build that connection. Go ahead and make that conversation because you already know you have one connection to go ahead and get that conversation started with. You're both HOSA members. So go ahead and start that conversation. Don't be afraid and just talk about your experience, learn about their experiences. Maybe you can expand that friendship as well and just stay connected in the future. You're going to get so many opportunities just by talking to people. So, one conversation can always make a huge difference, and it's a great way for you to stand out.
That's really great advice. How has your experience in HOSA, how has it shaped your future goals and career path?
Well, for one, it's definitely helped me figure out what exactly I want to do in the future. I think I'm definitely still experimenting on what it is I want to do, but as of now, my passion and my goal is to become a neuro-ophthalmologist in the future. And I learned about this through HOSA. It was through HOSA that I found out about the Grady TELP program over the summer, and I participated in the program for a couple years, and I got to shadow so many different professionals. But I found out that my passion lied in neuro-ophthalmology, which I learned about in my first year there. And over the years, I've only grown more and more passionate about it. So I've learned that just going out, taking those opportunities, even if you're scared or nervous, can really make a huge difference in your future as well. And it can really set forward a path for you.
If you could give one piece of advice for everyone here tonight, what would it be?
I think it would be don't be afraid to speak out. Don't be afraid to advocate for what you believe is right. Make sure you're always taking that step to speak out and make those actions that you want to make a difference. If you want to make a difference, you always have to step out and you always have to speak up. So don't be afraid to do that. Don't be afraid to show your heart and don't be afraid to show what you believe in. That I think that's how you can make a true difference in the world.
Shrika, thank you so much for your time tonight and for sharing your experiences with us. We truly appreciate your insight and found this session incredibly valuable and inspiring.
Thank you all so much for having me.
It's truly so nice to see someone so passionate about everything they do. And I'm so, so happy that you were able to join us tonight.
Thank you so much for having me once again.
We are now going to display the QR code for attendance. Please make sure you complete this form to receive the guest speaker credit tonight. This session will be posted on our YouTube channel soon, so feel free to revisit it or share it with others.